Hey Leo, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your August 2024 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, welcome. Now, bottom of the deck, we have belief system. This is about self-talk. It's about your higher power, reprogramming, maybe even taking a deep dive into the conditioning that you have been programmed, right? And I feel like a lot of you are shattering through some sort of illusions. You are staying determined. You're showing up right off the bat with the strength card here, Leo. This Lionsgate portal that's been activated and fully hits a peak on 8/8 is also about revisiting. They're showing me that 8 infinity symbol. So I feel like something may be coming back around, but the way that you respond to the energy is different than how you've responded in the past. I'm also getting a song here. Cats in the Cradle in a Silver Spoon, Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon. I'm not sure who sings that song, but I hear the lyrics and I can hear the artist. It's a male artist. So perhaps there's something with timing, not taking life for granted. Some of you are wanting to choose a new path or a new direction because you know that life is precious. And if you feel like you've been wasting your energy, or if you felt defeated, August is the month here to give you that extra push, because you're showing up as the 7 of Wands. This is an all-in determined attitude. So Leo, this is your month to shine. Look at this. You have the Wheel of Fortune. This is a lucky twist of fate. I'm also getting breaking out of cycles. You've persevered. You didn't get all this way just to come this far, right? I feel like you are breaking through a glass ceiling, breaking through some sort of illusion, but you may have had a forced pause or a period of sacrifice that was required. And I feel like this is a month where you're reassessing, right? You're reassessing where you're at and where you put your energy. Are there returns on your investments? As I say that, look at, we literally have the return of investment card showing up. So with a big majority of August being in retrograde, along with a lot of what's happening in the cosmos, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, find that below if you'd like in the description box. I send out one newsletter a month and it gives you all the astrological dates and the big happenings in the cosmos. But there's some sort of shift here that is actually going to strengthen your stability or your foundation in the material world. And look at that. We have the Ace of Truth, Ace of Swords showing up for you at the bottom of the deck. There's a newfound sense of clarity. And I'm also getting, for some of you, this is going to require a leap of faith. It's going to require you to go all in and really shine your energy, shine your light, because that's what's leading you to this award, right? Whether this is a payoff, look at, you have a payoff for your effort. This is advancement, professional work, fame. So spotlight energy. A lot of you Leos, you are being prompted, you are being guided in a way to put yourself out there, to showcase your talents, your skills, to help be of service in some way, shape, or form. And some of you, because we also have spiritual toolbox as one of your key themes, this could be your spiritual gifts. For some of you, you may be psychics, tarot readers, healers. You may be guided to take a class on tarot or oracle. Maybe learn about astrology, human design, I feel like you're being guided to go deeper. There's something about going deeper here or taking it to the next level. Because again, it's like you're bursting through a glass ceiling and it's quite exciting, but at the same time, it's much needed. There may be a little bit of fear, right? Because as we embark on new journeys, there can be fear, but the message here is show up shaking. Even if you're scared, even if you're not quite sure what the outcome is going to be. I mean, you have the hunter here. I feel like you're meant to be on this path, on this journey, and trust and surrender is required. Releasing control is required and really showing up and feeling empowered to do so. Your first card out here, Leo, is trust. Taking that leap of faith. Excuse me. This can be about honesty. It can be about honest assessments, where you're at in your love life, in your career, in your health, right? Within your own personal and self-development. So retrograde can bring a lot of RE energy, as I like to say, which we see with the Two of Coins. This is reassess, reprioritize, reassess, renegotiate, reconfigure. Where are your commitments, right? Where do your commitments lie? Are they beneficial? Are they helping, or are they hindering? I keep getting the word sacrifice. So for some of you, there has been a bit of a sacrifice, but you've pushed through because you know that at the end of whatever it is you're pushing through, there will be victory. There will be a reward. And that's what we see here coming in. With you showing up as the strength, this is about perseverance. You're stronger than you think. I feel like you've also come out of a situation that has been very challenging potentially for some of you, but that wheel is turning, because on the Wheel of Fortune card, it's showing up in the upright, which is a lucky twist of fate. It's fate and destiny intervening here. It's a new portal. It's a new activation here. And that's what we see showing up for you in the month of August is, walking through this portal. You can see the door and there's a lot of sunshine. There's a lot of happiness, vibrant colors. But before you open that door, you see all the storm clouds. So you may have gone through a stormy period, and it's as if the rain has washed something away. And as I say that, I actually hear the rain gutters outside, and it's raining where I'm at. So there's something about rain, detoxing, purification, maybe cleaning out the old to make way for new. Water could be significant for some of you as well. I'm getting wild horses. You can see the horses running in the water, but some of you, there is freedom. There's liberation from a situation. You may even be focusing on your fitness. Some of you, this is strength and core training. I'm getting Pilates. For others of you, you could even be running a marathon, or there could be a walkathon here. I'm also getting the breast cancer awareness sign. Okay, some of you, maybe you have beat cancer in some way, shape, or form, or you are a survivor. You may be strengthening your muscles. This could include your brain, right? Our brain is like a muscle. We have to condition it daily. We have to choose, what beliefs, what thoughts we want to align with. And that can be, difficult, because if we don't focus on, the type of reality that we want daily, we can revert back to default mode, which default mode can be the conditions that we were told or we were taught. And sometimes they're not always helpful because we're not in that experience any longer. And you may be reprogramming and taking a look at things from a new angle. And that is true strength. That is perseverance. And you have the spiritual toolbox here. So some of you really have some gifts that are being showcased that really want to come out in some way, shape, or form, don't second guess yourself, Leo. Don't second guess your gifts. Some of you may even be helping others, maybe personally or professionally. Maybe you're reading tarot. You could be working with runes or creating a sacred space on your altar. Someone may have just hung fairy lights, or I'm seeing fairy lights. Maybe you've already hung them, but that's part of your sacred space. I also see a new book. So some of you may purchase, or perhaps this is on Amazon, or you are writing a book yourself. There's something here with a new book or the launch of a book. Maybe it's a spiritual book, self-help even, or a memoir. You could be studying or learning more about spirituality through books, through knowledge, education. I like this showing up for you. Now, bottom of the deck, you do have belief system, you have divine guidance, and you have R&R. Leo, are you thinking about going to a spiritual retreat center or even hosting one yourself? Because this is about a healing space. You may also have a dedicated space outdoors, maybe in your own backyard, maybe a nearby lake or a body of water or the woods. Maybe this is a healing place that you like to go to and meditate and connect to spirit. I mean, you can do that anywhere, of course, but I feel like there's a lot of spirit showing up here. There's a lot of higher power in this reading today. And we see miracles. We see assistance, spiritual strength even. We have the word strength showing up twice, and this is spiritual strength. So because we have the Hanged Man, a lot of times the Hanged Man energy is about a major awakening. It is about opening up that crown chakra and trusting in our higher power and not second guessing our journey, our soul's path. And it's about going with the flow, not resistance, right? It's flow versus control is what I'm getting here. Flow versus control. And for some of you, maybe you were controlling the dynamic. Sometimes the beliefs control the dynamic. It can be the ego self. And I feel like you're rising above. There's something about rising above and trusting and committing yourself to this path. Okay, I'm very curious to see what the Hunter is all about for you, because some of you, this has been a path of helping heal mankind in some way, shape, or form, or helping the underdog, or helping people who have struggled in some way, shape, or form. Maybe even embracing a shadow aspect of yourself and being able to overcome something quite significant and being able to help others because you've gone through it. So your first card out is the Seven of Wands. I mean, she is dedicated. She's determined. She is all in. There's no second guessing, right? She's standing up for her beliefs. She's brave. She's facing adversity here. She's doing something that not a lot of people find that motivation, because sometimes they lose courage last minute, or they let their beliefs or their thoughts talk themselves out of situations, or they feel like they're not good enough or they can't do it. Leo, not you. This is your time to shine. It's your time to show up. And the Seven of Wands is about non-conforming, going the distance so you can live life on your terms, even if that requires sacrifice for months, for years, in order for you to have the life that you truly want, the life that you truly deserve. I feel like now is the time that that surrender or that sacrifice is being paid off. That's why you have the Wheel of Fortune right next to it. This is big. This is a big month for you. This is a lucky twist of fate with this Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting a surprise element. I think I said that in the beginning, or a surprise twist or turn of events, but it's for the better, because this is going to allow you to move more freely. Maybe that's the wild horses. If you felt caged, you know, wild horses aren't meant to be caged. A lot of us are not meant to be caged in some way, shape, or form. And You're breaking out of something. I keep getting that energy, breaking out of the glass ceiling or a comfort zone or confinement or a box. That's what this time is all about for you. And with the Hanged Man, this is a rewarded sacrifice where some of you felt like it was an empty reward. Am I ever going to get there? Am I ever going to meet that person or be able to travel or get that home or feel better health-wise? Or am I ever going to hone in on my spiritual gifts? Do I even have gifts? So there has been a lot of waiting. There's been a lot of patience. There's been a lot of second guessing even. But this is the month where you're seeing proof, you're seeing evidence, but it does require you to reprioritize your priorities, because priorities that you had 2 years ago may look completely different today. And that's why it's always important to reassess where you're at in your life, because we're constantly evolving. We're constantly growing. It reminds me of insurance, right? Sometimes we find, you know, a provider, Progressive, State Farm, Geico, whatever it is, and we tend to stick to that insurance because, you know, we feel like we're being protected, we're taken care of, out of sight, out of mind. But they say you're supposed to shop around for insurance every couple of years because you could get better deals. There could be new opportunities, but it requires you to do a little bit of work. Sometimes we just sit with it because we don't want to make the call. We don't want to have to shift things over. And I feel like this is that opportunity that you have been maybe sitting on for quite some time. Maybe you've been paying an arm and a leg and it keeps increasing and increasing. And you're saying, wait a second, why am I paying, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars more? There's a new opportunity here. Why am I investing in something that it's become out of control in a way? So take a look at an area of your life where you've been investing in something, but you've just been kind of going along with it. I feel like now is the time to switch providers in a sense. Okay, switch the energy up. This is, you know, a wheel spinning forward instead of going back and repeating a cycle or just going with it because that's the default. No, you're not settling. You're not settling here. And I just did a collective read last weekend. If you haven't checked it out, I'll link the collective readings in a playlist at the end of the video. It's about not settling because expansion is upon us in the near future, and we're in the energy of expansion. And that's why you have the Seven of Coins, the fruits of your labor paying off. Where are you investing your energy? Are there diminished returns? Maybe you're not even aware because you haven't even looked elsewhere, right? And I feel like there's a better offer. There's something that could save you time, efficiency, money, save you heartache, save you whatever it is. And of course, we need to go through some of those experiences to grow, but some of them, you've already learned the lesson. And now you're being rewarded in some way, but you have to be willing to put in a little bit of that work. And that's what 8 energy is all about. And as I say that, I see 1-8, now 1-8 on the clock. So 1 represents new beginnings. 8 is power, authority, strength, materialism, control, and speed. Okay, so the fact that we're in an 8 month and we're in an 8 year and we have the Lionsgate portal on 8-8, I mean, this is big. This is big. I almost feel like this could flow out into a lot of different signs. So you may want to check out your main 3 for these monthly readings. Check out your main 3 because there's some big changes showing up in your world, and it's going to lead you to this King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is about securing abundance, being able to have what you need what you have, right? It's about big boss energy. It's focusing on success, focusing on money, or focusing on stability and growth. Okay. For some of you, you've built your empire. You've worked really, really hard. And now you may be able to relax a bit or enjoy the fruits of your labor in some way. Okay. Depending on where you're at, I feel like this is the outcome. So if you're not there yet, don't give up because you're closer. And for those of you that you're in a good, maybe financial position, or you're in a good, stable union, or it feels quite abundant here, I feel like there are opportunities to enjoy what you've worked on or worked for. Okay, there's some sort of turning point showing up, and it looks really good because you've had a bit of a weekend security, weakened. So what that means is maybe due to, you know, the events that took place in 2020 or the certain events that took place in your life at any given time may have affected you financially, may have affected your health, maybe your home, your relationships. There's been some sort of upheaval. And I feel like you're regaining a sense of equilibrium and finding balance and finding ways to work smarter, not harder. Because some of you have had to start from scratch, or not necessarily scratch, but you've had to start over. But you're starting from a place of experience, so you're able to get there quicker than maybe the first time around. That's what I feel for you. Let's look at wealth, abundance, money, finances. You have the gears showing up here. You have the hand, and you also have the cup. This is really good vibes. I don't see any big endings. I don't see loss. If anything, I see Wheel of Fortune. This could be a monumental month for breakthroughs. You could hit, you know, a peak in your business. You could be getting a promotion. This could be expansion, working with new people. We see hard work showing up here, money flowing, and putting those plans into motion. Some of you, this is taking a little bit of time off because you have been working really hard, and maybe you're vacationing or you're able to work remotely. I feel like you've put a team or you've put something in place so you're able to be gone without worrying about the place falling apart. This can be about a sense of security. Yeah, feeling secure. I feel like you are good, Leo. You're good. Whatever that may be for you, it's as if you are taken care of. You're protected. There's a lot of spiritual energy here in your reading. I mean, there always is in all these readings, but I see a lot of divine intervention. I see a lot of destiny at play. I see a lot of luck as well, but we create that by the choices we make. Yes, sometimes destiny intervenes to kind of put us back on that track, but I also feel like you've put a lot of hard work into something and it's going to pay off. And it is very, very fortuitous. And we see you manifesting money. This is my healer hand as well. Whenever I get this card, some of you are healers. You work with your hands. You could be, you know, a massage therapist, a Reiki practitioner. Perhaps you are creating crafts with your hands. This is also about reaching, right? Reaching with the hands, reaching for goals. Some of you, you're meant to expand. There's expansion here. There may be different avenues for you to take or grow within a business sector. You may even be thinking about hands-on work, volunteer work, or bringing someone in to give you a helping hand. And even financial assistance, okay? There could be a windfall coming in for you. Some of you buy the ticket. I'm hearing buy the ticket. Now, I don't know if that's a lotto ticket. I mean, you didn't hear that from me, right? But I feel like there is a lucky win here. You could win a gift basket. You could win on a scratch off. You could win, you know, a trip. There's something here about winning. That could be that lucky twist of fate or the lucky surprise I'm seeing for some of you. Oh, wouldn't that be wonderful? Especially on your birthday. It's like you go spin the wheel on your birthday and wow, you hit the biggest prize there is, or a prize in general. And maybe you don't feel like you're very lucky, but I mean, this month is highlighted for you, Leo. And lastly, we have the cup. This is overflowing prosperity. If you started with an empty account, which most of us do, right? It's being filled up. You are filling your cup with investments that feel good, that feel emotionally and financially sustainable. And again, we have nurture here, taking care of business, feeling emotionally fulfilled, feeling content and satisfaction because you are in alignment with your feelings and your thoughts. That is true integrity right there. I'm so proud of you, Leo. So again, for those of you that may be in a business setting, there's a turn of, you know, the wheel. If things have felt a little bit slow for you, I feel like you're all in. You may be launching an idea, or you feel like you are going to reassess your priorities, and you may be shifting how you do things, maybe going back and learning a new skill. But you're persevering, you're moving forward, and you are being divinely guided. For those of you that may be retired, and maybe you've gone through a bit of a waiting period, you're not quite sure what to do with your time, I feel like you're reassessing things, and you could be deciding to invest in something that you really do love, or that you're curious about and you realize that you really enjoy doing. Okay, let's look at love, romance, relationships, connections. We have let go of control issues. So for those of you that are single, we'll look at single, we'll look at partnered or connected. Maybe it's rocky. We'll look at happily, single or happily in a union. But I feel like control is a factor for some of you, because we have the Hanged Man in the middle of the reading. This could be about taking off the reins on a horse, right? We tend to put on the reins because we want to steer. We want to steer. We want to be in control. We want to control the horse. But if this is a wild horse, or if this is a situation that is calling you to let go of the reins and just go with the flow, I feel like that's what needs to be happening or doing here. Some of you, this has to do with children or teenagers. You may have teenagers, and you may feel like you want to rein them in a way. Okay, it may feel challenging or difficult, but it says allow this situation to unfold naturally. Okay, unfold naturally. Or allow this child to learn something for themselves. If this is a romantic partnership, I feel like there is a cycle or a pattern that is meant to be broken. Okay, not going back to something of the past, or not doing it in the same way, because you're going to get the same result. The result's going to keep you stuck. You are meant to break out of some sort of karmic pattern here. And in order to do it, you got to be all in, right? There's no halving this, is what I'm getting. And if you don't, for those of you that are in a rocky relationship, you have an opportunity here to reassess and say, is this relationship right for me, right? Is this where I see myself in 10 years? Do we have enough common ground? Do we have enough sustainability to keep this going for the test of time? And I feel like if you've been hung up on the if, right, this way or that way, there's going to be some choices made in the near future that is definitely going to affect your relationship in the long run. But I feel for the better, because it's putting you right back on that track of integrity. Finally, the feelings and the thoughts aligning. They are finally feeling like they're in alignment. For those of you that are happy and single, this is a great time to put yourself out there. Playfulness. Leo energy is full of vibrancy. It's full of happiness and vitality. This is a playful energy. It says to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So this goes for those of you in any type of relationship, whether you're single, partnered up, play a little bit this month, have fun. Life isn't meant to be taken so darn seriously, and we tend to do that from time to time. For others of you, there could be an engagement happening. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. You could be engaging in conversation. You could be moving in with someone. You could be making it official. You could be putting a ring on it. I'm getting there's a lot more engagement between you and another, because we're reassessing priorities. This is about trust. Do you trust in this partnership? This is fidelity. It requires utter and complete honesty here. If there were secrets, or maybe you weren't quite being honest, or someone wasn't being honest with you, the sun energy tends to bring things to light, and you are the sun in the major arcana. And I feel that showing up. I feel like the hovering energy is the sun, with such spiritual energy here as well. But something is ascending. A relationship of yours is ascending. Flirt. flirt, get flirty, open yourself up. I'm getting someone around you is very funny. They may even take you to a comedy show. They may make you laugh. This is a light-hearted energy. This can be flirty banter, remembering why you fell in love with someone in the first place, Leo. Okay, I feel like there's a playful, flirty energy that is showing up here. For those of you that have felt stuck, right? You've felt stuck, or you felt like you've put a lot of time and energy into your career or raising children, or, you know, this area where you haven't put tons of focus on maybe love or romantic partnerships. That could be changing here for you. You may be deciding to go out and have some fun. Maybe let your hair down, go dancing, signing up for a class. You could meet someone when you least expect it. And speaking of timing, that's one card we didn't pull. Let's look at timing. November is significant here for you. November, okay? Okay, and March. So March, maybe this was last March for some of you. Maybe that's when you'd really gone through the thick of things, or that could be a month that you met someone. It could also be March of 2025. There could be big changes, big transformations in November of this year. This is Scorpio season, Scorpio time. Maybe even a little bit of, I'm getting, is this Sagittarius? Yeah, a little bit of Sag vibes here as well. Some of you may be dealing with a Scorpio or a Sag, but there's big changes coming up within the next few months. And by March 2025, in matters of the heart, you could be on that full-on 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles energy. I feel that for some of you. If you've been single, maybe for a long time, there's love coming in here for you. I see that. And maybe there is a high level of commitment, or by November, you have a different status. You have a different last name for some of you. This is really beautiful. November and March are significant. All right, let's see what else do we have here. Interview. Some of you are interviewing for a new position. I'm also getting, if you're meeting someone new, it almost feels a little bit too much like an interview. Allow yourself to play and have fun. Okay, you don't want to go in on a first date asking, you know, a million questions about the future. Do you want kids? I mean, yes, it's important to ask some of the big things, but try not to take on such a serious approach. Just have fun for the first time. Just see how the energy blends between the both of you, and save the deeper questions for maybe date 3 or so. But I feel like there is some sort of, you know, one-on-one that's happening in the month of August. We do have growth here. Leo, a lot of you are embarking upon a new path, a new journey, and there is the potential to grow into, again, I keep seeing the 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Probably why it's not showing up yet in your reading. It could be November, right? Or could be March even. Some of you may already be there with that King of Pentacles showing up because that's your outcome. But I feel like financially, even in the month of November, this is big. Can you hear the thunder outside? It's like the thunder rolls, thunder rolling in here. Spirit in the universe is clearing a path. There's a path being paved here for you, but it requires a washing out of the old. And there is a lot of potential here. For some of you, new life could be entering into your world. Maybe you become a parent between now and maybe even March. This can be grandchildren. College fund. You may even have a child going off to college. There's something here with letting a young one spread their wings. Maybe someone is learning how to drive. Someone could be graduating high school, graduating college, getting married, starting a family. Yeah, there's growth, and you're seeing evidence of it, and there's tears of joy. Tears of joy. It's bittersweet is what I'm picking up on. Leo, hello, approval. Something is getting approved for you. Is someone buying a house? There may be like a 60-day, a 90-day. Let's see, August, September, October. Yeah. So 90 days from now, November, you could be in a new home, or there could be some sort of approval. Maybe you've been approved, you've been given the green light to go to nursing school, to, maybe your visa has been approved, you're able to travel, or, this could be something you've wanted for quite some time, the sale of a property or the purchase of a property. There's approval here. And look at, as we say that, we have selling. So some of you are selling your items, selling your home. You may be embarking upon a new journey that requires you to think for yourself. Okay, this could be entrepreneurship. Maybe you're selling your items. Some of you may even be opening up a place where there's food, there's beverages. I see the menu in the background. Okay, and lastly, we do have toxic work environment, but it's showing up in reverse. So for those of you that have been going through toxic patterns, you have the strength here. Yes, it's been difficult. Yes, it's been challenging. But when you have strength on your side, there's nothing you cannot overcome. But it does require you to look at some of those maybe self-sabotaging patterns. It may require you to be extra kind and compassionate and loving towards yourself. It may require forgiveness. Okay, it may require patience and emotional intelligence. Sometimes that beast within comes up and roars, right? And when we have that strength card here, I feel like you've learned a lot, but you're freeing yourself, right? Wild horses, you are freeing yourself from something that felt a little bit toxic to your health. Some of you health-wise, let's look into health here. Mold, I'm getting mold. Some of you, especially with the rain going berserko outside. I mean, it's full on rain out there right now. There may have been a leak that created mold. Some of you, this is bathrooms, okay? Or a leak in a window that may have created a damp environment. I'm getting like mold spores or breeding of bacteria. Some of you could have worked, or maybe you do work with viral or bacterial, energies, maybe in a hospital, okay, or in even like nursing home or any area really. I mean, bacteria breeds everywhere, but I feel like some of you were in a situation that it was a little bit heavier or a little bit worse. I'm also getting asbestos or paint. Some of you are removing some heavy toxic metals from your life, maybe even your body. If you've suffered from brain fog or maybe vertigo, dizziness, maybe even some autoimmune, you may be looking into toxic heavy metals. That can actually be passed down in the bloodline, in our DNA, right? Think of your great, 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 great grandparents. Maybe they lived in a home that was full of asbestos. That stuff can get passed down, believe it or not. And I feel like you are eliminating that and you're working on your health. You're eating better. Some of you, I'm hearing crunchiness. Did someone just bite into an apple or a celery stick or something crunchy as you're listening to this? Maybe it's a chip or a cracker, but I'm hearing the crunch, crunch, crunch. I mean, maybe that's symbolic for some of you eating more crunchy fruits or veggies. What else do we have for health, Spirit? There's a turnaround in health with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a full recovery is what I'm hearing for some of you, a full recovery. Yeah, you're winning. You're all in. Maybe at one point you weren't quite sure if you would recover from an illness or a symptom because you were stuck in that hanged man energy. But there's a way out here. Yes, there's been a sacrifice to your health. I'm also getting something with bone, calcium, maybe a deficiency. Maybe some of you, this is bone health as well, or an area around a major bone, such as maybe rotary cuff, or it could be knees or hips. Maybe some of you had surgery or replacement. What else do we have, Spirit, for health? Reassessing your health priorities. Mental health is important here as well. Eliminating stress, or at least trying to find healthy ways to direct stress in a new area or a new way of doing things, such as, going for a walk, or instead of reaching for the chips or the ice cream, reaching for the celery sticks. I know, it sounds so So tasty. But I feel for some of you, maybe some of you are juicing, celery juicing. I mean, that's very, very healthy. I also feel a lot of health showing up. We have coins left and right here. I mean, we have the 2 of coins, the 7, and the king. You're definitely overcoming some sort of struggle health-wise, okay? Maybe something you were going back and forth on. You felt quite stuck. Maybe you didn't feel like you had the right help or the right spiritual team. There is spiritual assistance. Sleep. Sleep is showing up here. Sleep patterns. This is healing during sleep. Some of you, restless leg. For others of you, sleep apnea. For some of you, there's something with needing to switch sides often. Maybe you're sleeping with a body pillow. You could be changing your mattress up. Maybe you are getting a new mattress altogether. All right. Last but not least, you have the hunter. Let's take a look here. I feel like I'm getting Gemini energy. Leo, I hope I haven't called you Gemini at all, but I'm feeling a strong Gemini in the house. So maybe you have Gemini in your chart, or maybe there's a Gemini listening here to the reading. All right, we have the hunter. What do we need to know about the hunter? Just finding it here in the book. One moment. All right, Leo, we have the hunter. This is the seeker, the pursuer, the predator. The hunter hunts. They are on a precise mission with an aim. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option in the hunter's eye. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-oriented. Like the great hunting goddess Artemis, who carries her quiver upon her back, the hunter typically has a weapon of choice. When this card appears, it is critical that you ask 3 questions. I want you to write these down if you can even. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? And is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? Powerful. Study the Greek goddess Artemis. Notice her nuanced relationship to the moon, the earth, and the feminine. The predator honors its prey with a precise and skillful hunt. The hunter deeply reveres the life it aims to take, right? It's as if there's a circle of life happening here with that wheel of fortune. And I feel like you are moving forward on this path, but it's not wasted. And it says, when you activate the hunter archetype, you are aligning your energy with the great creatures of the world. The lion, it literally says the lion, which is you. Leo, you can't make that up. The lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark. Do so with care. Wow, this is pretty intense. Now, when this is showing up in the light, and like I said, there's the sun hovering over this energy. So there is a lot of light aspect showing up here for you. And this is focused, it's energized, it's respectful, and it's seasoned. When it's showing up as the shadow, right? And maybe that's where you've been in this toxicity. This can be irresponsible, it can violate, it can be violent, and it can be poaching, right? Ew. We don't want to deal with that energy. And so for some of you, this is about you really asking those questions and activating this archetype within you. And you already are activating it. You have strength showing up. You are Leo energy, or wherever Leo lands in your chart. If you want to take this a step deeper, look into Frida Kahlo's The Wounded Deer. I'm not sure if that's a poem, if that's a story. It's new to me. But Frida Kahlo's The Wounded Deer, that can really help you activate that hunter archetype. And again, the creatures of the world, the lion, the wolf, the tiger, the shark, do so with care. Wow. And you're tapping into the spiritual element. So whatever it is you are hunting, because I mean, you're all in here. You start off with the Seven of Wands. This is fierce determination. This is fierce advocacy. It is about you being all in and courageous and brave. You're turning the wheel here in some way, shape, or form. This is big. I feel like this reading is probably one of the most spiritually aligned energies that I've seen, and one of the most spiritually activated, such as an awakening. A lot of you Leos have gone through a very, very big awakening that was the catalyst to this journey that actually will be quite abundant on your path, whatever that may look like for you. That is what I have, Leo. I hope it resonates, and happy, happy birthday to you Leos out there. If this does resonate, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Lots of love. Till next time.